Hello, hello. Good afternoon, crafty friends. Welcome to my page. My name is Ann with Whimsically Knotted, and I welcome you. Hope you had a wonderful week so far, a good start on Sunday to the week. I am pulling you up on my iPad so I can see what you see better and hopefully see comments. Let's see, where are we here? What are you creating and crafting on this week? Goodness, sometimes I wonder about my speaking. My brain sometimes is faster than my mouth, I think. No, I can't type. If you ever had one of those days where things just don't work out. Today we are going to be working on some Easter kitchen towels that we're going to make. And I was going to do regular, and then my Easter stencils came in, and I pivoted real quick and decided let's do, my hairs look all wild. Let's do Easter. I got these towels from the spring section at Hobby Lobby probably a year ago. I stashed them away, and then I forgot that I had them. Does it ever happen to you where you get something and you stash it and then you don't remember where you stashed it? These are, let's see, these are not huge, but they are 15 by 25, and they are a good size. My husband likes the smaller, thinner ones than the big thick ones, like the tea towels that I really shoot. He doesn't really like those big huge ones, and I prefer the smaller ones too. So that's what we are going to work on. I am going to put you down. Let's see, there's the bottom, there's the top. Yep, I've got it laying folded halfway. I did put piece of cardstock under here that comes with your 12 by 16 stencils. That way it will not bleed through. I found the middle. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I knew the middle right here was here. And since this has the grid pattern, I was able to line the stencil up with the lines, and I've got a perfect middle. We are going to be using DecoArt SoSoft fabric paint. I'm going to do the letters all in black. My carrots are going to be in cadmium orange. The greenery is going to be in avocado green. And we will add 2 bunnies on either side, and they are going to be in just regular brown. But these are all DecoArt SoSoft fabric paints. So let's start with the words first. And then we put some orange down for our carrot. And some green for the greenery. And I am using very little colors. All the words are going to be in black, and then just the accents are going to be colored. When you are working on fabric, make sure that you keep your hands clean. And I'm going to go ahead and get a wipe out. I use Clorox wipes, just regular Clorox wipes. These came from Sam's. And check your hands often, because once you touch your fabric and you have paint on your hands, you cannot get that back off, or it is very difficult to get off. You can always add something, a flower or something over top to make it work, but it is easier if you don't get anything on it to begin with. I am going to use all dome brushes, most likely. Dip it in your paint. I swirl it around a little bit, and I got that much paint on my dome brush. Then I'm going to take my paper towel and I am going to offload. I'm not offloading as much as I normally would because the fabric will absorb the paint, and I will do a combination of swirling and stippling just because I don't want the fabric underneath to move. Like when we're going to do the rabbits here in a little bit, I don't want the fabric to move underneath. If you have like big open areas, it is a little bit more difficult. Not difficult, difficult is not the word. Challenging, I guess. I'm just going into my offload spot to not have the fabric move, so I go to stippling. On the smaller letters, you can swirl, it is not a problem because the fabric does not have that much space to move. I always put my hands down and hold this down. That kind of helps to hold the fabric down. So I always reinforce it by holding the fabric down with my hands. And these are just some fun little towels to hang in your kitchen. You know, these can also go in the bathroom. They are not partial to the kitchen. Wherever you need a towel to dry your hands off, or if you want to use it to dry your dishes. And the reason why I'm using fabric paint, besides that I have it, is fabric paint stays a little bit softer when you use it versus acrylic paint. Acrylic paint has more of a stiffer tendency. Both of them will work just fine. So just because you don't have fabric paint, you can do this with acrylic paint. That is absolutely no problem. It's just that the fabric paint is a little bit softer. I do not wash mine beforehand, and I didn't even iron this one because the creases were not that bad. So it depends on, for me, what fabric I'm using, on whether I wash it. Like if it is a t-shirt or something, I might wash it, but even on t-shirts, I have stenciled on there and not washed them before. If it is something that I think is going to shrink up a lot, I will, but normally I just don't wash. All right, I am not seeing any comments, so I do apologize for that. I did send out an event. I'm not sure whether that came through with all the different Facebook changes at the moment. For a while I couldn't do events, so it might not have come through. But there's always the replay. So if you're watching this on the replay, send me hearts, send me thumbs up. You know, hey Debbie, the thumbs up, the hearts, the good things. How are you, Miss Debbie? Everything going good? And if you're new to me, I go live Eastern Standard Time. I am on the East Coast. I wish I would be closer to the coast. Excuse me for just 1 second, folks. My nose decided to run away with me. And this morning I had a little bit of a nosebleed, so I just wanted to make sure that was not the case. But we're all good. Apologize for that. I'm back. I'm back. Doing good. Beautiful day. It is a beautiful day today. The sun is shining. I think it's going to be in the 60s. It is a very beautiful day. And again, I am using DecoArt SoSoft fabric paints. Brown, avocado green, and cadmium orange hue, and black. The black is just for the words. and I am using a small dome brush. I am loading it and then I'm offloading just a little. These letters right here are much smaller, so I am going to be very gentle because I don't want to press down and have the paint run under the stencil. And these dome brushes are great because those carrots are very close. And this is helping me to keep the paint where I need it. If you're a big swirler, you might want to tape off. So we talked about preparing the fabric. Let's talk about how you make the colors fast so it can be washed. And swirl right and left if you're gonna swirl. I will use a 55. Yes, that's nice. Hey, Miss Sherry. A tea towel or parchment paper over top, and I will iron it on most of the time a cotton setting, depending on what the fabric is that you are using. And I will iron it, and I will not iron like this. I will literally press and move, press and move, press and move, press and move. I iron from both sides, the front and the back side. And if you don't want to iron, or you don't have an iron to use, or the parchment paper or something to put over top of it, you can throw it in the dryer for like 10 or 15 minutes. So that is always an option, throwing it in the dryer. Both methods work fine. And I've got t-shirts that I have done for my husband and for my son, and they are still looking just as good. So do not be afraid. I mean, if you think about when you get paint on your, like I've got paint on my apron behind me. When you get paint on your apron, hey Deb, that is fine. We are here, we are working, so hop on in anytime. But if you've ever gotten paint on your clothes, you know how hard it is to get the paint out. So don't worry about it coming off. Once it is set, it is normally set. Another thing, if you have words that are very low to the bottom, tape it off. Like here I have plenty of space to the edge. Right here and here I didn't have much space, and the P went all the way down. If you're a big swirler and you think you might swirl outside of the lines, then by all means tape it off. That way you will protect your work, that it will not go outside the lines. Tricks for if it does go outside the lines. You can either add a frame to it if it goes outside the lines, depending on how far out of the line you went. You can add a little flower or a little ladybug or a leaf, depending on what your design is. You can add a little something to it in that spot. So don't think it is ruined just because it went over the lines. There's always ways that you could try to fix it. If you are in doubt, if you have too much paint, start on the solid part of your, what is this called? The stencil cutout. That way, if you have too much, you will know right away. And if you are new here, I ask that you will please say hi. Let me know that you are new here. I welcome you. I invite you in. I call us the Whimsy Bunch. We are just a wonderful group of ladies. Most of us, if not all of us, are faith-filled ladies that trust the Lord. We like to pray. And I think I just went over on that one. I think I had too much paint. Like I said, be careful with your paint. But it is okay if it was. I was going to peek. I think we might be okay. I am going to wipe my hands off right here a little bit. Wrap that up. And we're going to go to our orange. I'm going to use the next biggest size on the Essential Stencil brushes. I loaded my brush. I'm going to offload my brush. And I'm not offloading much. And I am going to stipple this time because you have the little bridges in here for the marks on the carrots, and I don't want them to move on me, so I am stippling. And the only reason why I'm not offloading much is because we have fabric and it absorbs the paint. See how much paint there is still left. And if one carrot is lighter than another carrot, I'm okay with that. I like the variation. They don't have to be perfect. Because not all carrots are totally orange. You have different color carrots, and now they even have yellow carrots and white carrots. I didn't know stuff like that existed. So you learn something new every day. I am pushing this down so that it is totally on my towel because my surface is a little warped. I am going from the outside in. That way I will not go under with the bristle. Make sure our points are defined. Put that in my... And then I'm going to take another small one to do the green. And I went way too far up with that green. Again, I am holding it. See if I can get some of that green off that pushed way too far up in the brush. Another thing you can do too, if you want different colors and you don't have that many colors, you can mix your colors, and you will see that on my next one that I do. I will mix the colors a little bit. Again, I am holding it down, and I'm just stippling because there is a small little bridge that is holding the leaves together, and I don't want that to move, so I am just stippling. I am pushing in from the outside in. What are you ladies crafting? What are you working on? Are you working on spring or Easter? or home. What you making? And I moved some of that green down into the carrot top, because you know sometimes that carrot top discolors. So I added some of that green onto the carrot top. I am going from the outside in. Tell me, what you working on? And are you making rounds? Are you making like shelf sitters? I can't wait to do the porch board, the bunny porch board. I'm so excited about that, like Melissa Youngman did. I can't wait to do that one. I think I have one porch board left, but I think I'm only going to make it a 4 foot. I have to see how I can make it work out to where it will fit. All right, no paint on my fingers that I know of. It didn't bleed too bad at all, so we are good. This is looking really cute. And I got some green on top of the carrots, so that looks perfect. I am going to pick it up after we are done. I am not going to show it right now, but it looks really cute. And that's what it was called, Spring Shop. And it's 15 by 25. Oh, I didn't show you what stencils we are using. Shame on me. I am using the Easter Wishes stencil set. It would help if I tell you what I'm using, wouldn't it? And I'm going to use the little bunnies out of the Bunny Kisses and Easter Wishes. Let's see. All right, do I want the Easter bunnies in these squares, one offset, or do I want them right next to it? What do you guys think? Do we want the Easter bunny in the next rectangle over, or do we want to skip one and put it in here? So put the Easter bunny here and here to skip one. Or do we want to put the Easter bunny next to the words? What you guys think? Next to the words, or skip one and put them out here? And while you think about that, I am going to go ahead and tape this off. Hey, Jeannie, how are you? All right, ladies, what do you think? Put the Easter bunnies in the next square over, like where my fingers is? Or do we want to skip a square and put them out here? I think I'm going to put them in the next square over. I haven't seen no comments. And I just taped off the heart and the other Easter bunny. You are fun. You are just fun. We just started. We are creating 2 different kitchen towel sets. I'm going to use the big one for the bunny because it has a lot of open space. I am using DecoArt SoSoft fabric paint. I am loading my brush and I am offloading it. I am not offloading it much because this is fabric and it will absorb. And I am going to just lightly stipple on the ears. I'm going to come in from the outside in. And I can come from the outside in on the rest of the bunny. And we can come back in with white and give him a white tail, or lighten up the brown and give him a tan colored tail, because I don't think a white tail would look really good with a chocolate colored bunny. And see, now I am stippling to get full coverage. All right, let me get out a little bit of white, and we're gonna lighten up his tail a little bit. There's another little one. You ladies are not very talkative today. Are you ladies still there? And I just used very little paint, and you can barely see it, that the tail and the ears are just slightly different. Make sure there is no paint on your backside. Throw me up some hearts if you guys are still there. I cannot see comments. There we go. I see hearts. I was going to say, I know, isn't it cute? I'm put one on the other side. I just have to retape this. Yeah, I couldn't see any comments. I saw the hearts. So that makes me happy that you're still there. It's a little frustrating when you can't see comments. All right, let's put the bunny. There is no paint on this side. Let's put the other bunny over here. And if he's not identical, if he's not in the same place, that is okay too. That is not a problem. Just going to use my brown again. Oh, that was the wrong one. I like interacting with you, but I am not seeing any comments. So I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're crafting on something fun, because I haven't seen any comments to let me know what you're working on. Are you still working on spring, or are you working on Easter? Tell me, tell me, tell me. I went in from the outside in again. That way I will not get bleed underneath. And now I am just stippling to get the bunny covered in this little chocolate brown color. He looked like a little milk chocolate bunny. Yeah, I love this little bunny. I think that is a perfect little place for him. And this bunny's tail is going to be a little bit lighter than the other one. And then I'm going to come in and do a little bit of light color in the ears. I'll go ahead and make his tail a little bit lighter too. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Working on Easter, Furry Friends porch board. Oh, yeah, my granddaughter, I had made her a growth chart with all the different animals on it. And she was measuring the other day how tall she was, and yesterday. And I said, look, you're almost at the owl. I had an owl on the branch. And she stretches like, I reached it. I am on the owl. Look how cute. And there you can see the little extra color on the bunny. And we can give him a little eye if we want to. And just simple color. And again, this is just the insert for your 12 by 16. See if we can give him a little eye. And I'll just use one of those stylus pens. All right, now our little rabbit can see. So there's one of our towels done. And like I said, this is a nice size. It is not too big. It is not too small. Well, I'm going to put this, let me hang it over here for just a second. Now we're going to do the other one. These are 15 by 25, and I got them out of the spring shop. I believe I got them last year. Don't hold me to it. It was one of those I put in a stash so I wouldn't, had something to work on. And I forgot I had it. Now we're going to do the same thing. I lay it out. I put my cardboard under it. This fits perfectly on here. This came from Hobby Lobby, the towel. And again, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I know this is my center square. And this time we're going to use Happy Hunting Season. And I think, yep. I was looking to see. This one starts on the bottom. Let's see, just this one. Okay, let's turn that around so that way we have them both the same way. And sometimes the towels are not perfectly made, and you're just gonna have to go with the flow. Like for instance here, This one is smaller than this one is, so we have a choice. Do we want to use this side or do we want to stay on the other side? I think I'm going to stay on this side because it will, right here, it is not sewn perfectly, but that's just the way they were made. And I'm not one square up, so I'm going to put this design in right there. I just look to see as one square up or one rectangle up. And even if you just give it as a gift and you fold it like this, it is beautiful. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my middle square. And I am lining my stencil up with the lines, so I know that it is lined up with the lines. I am putting another piece of tape down here, and we're going to do this in black again. This is going to be green, and then we're going to play with some colors and make some colorful eggs. All right, where did my black go? I had put my brush in my wipe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that, Miss Jeannie. Again, I am holding this down. I'm very lightly going over it first. That way I will not push too much paint into it, because fabric will absorb and it will suck it up, and then you end up having bleed. So I'm going very lightly over it first. On these smaller letters, I swirl. I have no problem with it. Bigger openings, I do not swirl because I don't want my fabric underneath to move, and it depends on what the fabric is. This doesn't move as bad as other fabrics do. So t-shirts for me have a tendency to move. So you just have to learn your fabrics and see what works for you, what works for your technique. You just have to play with it and try it out. Like I said, I like the rustic kind of look, so if it isn't completely covered, I'm okay with that because I like that look. I like the rusticness of it not being completely covered. I hold my stencil down and lift my other hand up. Do one quick sweep over, and then I can go back and intensify my swirling a little bit. Did all of you receive your Easter bundles yet? And who ordered the bundle, and which stencils did you order if you did not order the bundle? I just got mine in this morning, and I haven't, or right at lunchtime, and I did not have a chance to look. I'm excited to plan out some projects, because I'm going to have several things made to put into my booth, which I'm hoping will open up on the 15th of March. So that way I can put Easter out. Of course, other items too, but that would be perfect to put Easter out since Easter is late this year. And you guys know me, I will be using several of the faith-based stencils. I love, 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 love the word one. One more word. What was one of your favorite stencils that you got? And did you get the word stencil, the faith-based word stencil? I feel that the word stencils are so versatile because you can add a word to the transfers if you use transfers, so that is so convenient. And it's just so easy to just pull out a word, or you can create small little shelf sitters that you could put out, and you can do it in different colors. You can do it farmhouse style, the traditional black and white. You can use it in, you know, cream color and green, or just, there's just so many different options that you can use. All right, we're done with the black. I'm going to switch to the green. For the little sides. I'm laying my hand completely down. Are you guys still there? Let me know if you guys are still there, because I don't see comments on my phone. Remember, if it gets too close to the edge for you, make sure that you tape that off. And for those of you that are new to my Facebook page, I welcome you. I appreciate you tuning in. If you are not following, I would appreciate if you would follow and like. You know, that also helps out with the algorithm. For those of you that have been here a while, check and make sure that your notifications are still turned on so that Facebook will let you know when I'm live. Because you know they love the algorithms and they love to change things. The best way you can support your creatives is by commenting, by liking, by sprinkling, which is share, by hearts, so many different ways. Those are all free. You can also give hearts, which will help your creative to earn a little bit of money to help create new content, to maybe get a new brush or a surface, a small surface, or some tissue paper, craft paper, or maybe just a cup of coffee. So those are like tips that you give your waitresses. So if you are really excited about your creator and you love them, think about giving them a little tip. The eggs, I am going to try to do like a yellow or an orange and maybe a pink egg. So let's do the orange first. And as you can tell, I started out in the middle part and I stippled. My middle egg is going to be yellow with a little bit of pink. Because I'm going to add little yellow chicks to the outside of this one. And I'll show you the stencil that those are coming from. And this way, these two towels can be given together as a gift because they will match color-wise. They'll have the green and the orange and the black for the lettering. So that will match together. And the dome brushes are perfect for this because you have, these are so small that you can go around the egg real easily. Going back over and intensifying the colors a little bit here, defining my edge. And don't rub it too much because you will pull your fabric. Okay, now we are going to use yellow right here. And this is cadmium yellow hue. Shake this up. That is a really pretty yellow. This is a really pretty chick yellow. Those little chicks are going to look real beautiful. And remember to put something under it so your paint will not go all the way through to the bottom. I am going to reuse one of my brushes. It is the brown brush, the little brown brush that I used. And we're going to use a little bit of red to put in here for our hearts. And we do not need much. I only put like a little bitty dot on here. I've got to be very careful that I don't go over the edge. It's got little dots and little hearts. Very careful. That's why I'm using the small little brush, little small dome brush. And if there's anything that you're needing from Essential Stencil, they are still offering free shipping until the end of February. No matter how much you buy, whether you buy one stencil, one transfer, or a bunch, or whether you want to order today, tomorrow, and the next day. All right, let's see. That one I am going to do in, I'm going to use blue. This is Mediterranean blue, but I am going to mix it with a little bit of white because I want a lighter blue. I don't want a dark blue. And I am cleaning off my green brush. And I'm going to mix these two, the white and the blue, together. To get a light blue. And that's why I said you can mix these together to get a different hue. And I am just brushing with the way the stencil is going. Go dip back into my color. And I'm coming from the outside in, holding my stencil down. I've added a little bit more blue to it because to me it was just too light. So I added just a little bit more blue. I like that color better. And I am very, very, very lightly brushing. And one other thing, you guys probably already heard from your other favorite creators that Facebook is moving to not having lives for no longer than 30 days. Then you won't be able to watch the live. So 30 days from now, this live will not be on Facebook no more. So I am moving my lives to YouTube. And if you didn't know, I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Whimsically Knotted. So I invite you to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate that. It would help me out as a new subscriber, and it would help you out. And that way you can always go back and watch these videos. If there is a technique, if there's something that you missed, you can watch it on YouTube. I am going to intensify this color just a little bit more in the middle right here. It'll be like a speckly egg. And I think that done it. I've got a little bit of paint on here, but it is dry, so it should not be a problem. Oh, those are too cute. We still got to do the chicks, so don't go away. That looks good. The chicks are out of the Easter bunny, chick, and lamb set. Out of the Easter set. And that lamb is absolutely adorable. Now I think I'm going to do two different chicks. I think I'm going to use this chick and this chick to do two different ones. Have this one sitting right over here. And then do this one over here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I said these are going to be some yellow little chickadees. Get my yellow back out. I didn't even tap it off. And with a wide open space like this, I am tapping most. On the edges, I am coming from the outside in. But everywhere else, I am just tapping. And I'm going to add a little orange to the feet and the beak. But I thought the chicks with the Easter eggs was perfect. So remember, free shipping on the Essential Stencil page until the end of the month. Check out the Easter stencils. A lot of stuff has been restocked. My code is WK21, so if there's anything that you're interested in or if you need new brushes, I would encourage you to use my code WK21. It'll save you 10% at checkout. This old chick is so fluffy. I'm going to use my orange one to add the beak. And to add a little bit of orange to the feet. I didn't even get new orange. I am just coloring this in with the yellow. I've done yellow, everything yellow first. And we will give him a little eye as well. Oh, he is just darling. Just darling. Make sure you don't have any paint on the back side. I just don't know why I cannot see comments. It just is bugging me. Bugging me, bugging me, bugging me. And he is going to sit right here. Or should I do that one? No, I'm second guessing myself. I want this one or this one. I think I might do this one. I don't know, I kind of like this one. I think that one is cute. So we'll do this one. No second guessing. Go with our first instinct. And I am doing all the feet in yellow again, and then I'll just add a little bit of orange. This little chick has his head tucked. He has his little head tugged, the little guy. Use my orange. Give him some legs to stand on. And I am going to connect his body right there, because I don't like that. It looks like he's floating. And I'm going to give him some eyeballs. That's too much. I decided I am going to give him a little beak. What you think? My little chickadees. I just gave him a little bit of beak. Little Easter eggs. Oh, one thing I noticed on the Easter eggs, I am going to connect. I just connected the eggs very little. That way it doesn't look like they're kind of floating. I'm going to do the same thing with the orange egg. And the yellow. It is very, very faint. But you can see it that they are more connected now. I hope you can see that. And that is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Here is our 2 Easter towels. Think they turned out cute. We got bunnies and chicks. And there's our carrots and our little Easter bunnies. Hopping right along. And then we have our little chicks. What cute little towels to give for Easter. That'll be fun. Heat setting, either throw them in the dryer to heat set, or use parchment paper or a, thank you, Sherry, or a, another towel over top. I normally use like a sackcloth or tea towel, like a thin tea towel, and iron it. And I iron from both sides, and I just iron by pressing. I just move my iron. I don't rub, I just move my iron from spot to spot to spot. So either way, you can heat set. And these are available if anybody is interested in them, of course, as always. And you guys have a blessed and wonderful, went over a little bit, but have a blessed and wonderful day. I'm coming on tomorrow since I didn't come live yesterday. I just don't know what time yet. It'll probably be at 2:30 or later tomorrow afternoon. So come on back tomorrow and see what we are making tomorrow. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the sunshine. It is beautiful blue sky out here. Take a moment, take a walk, sit on the porch and absorb some of the beautiful sunshine. You guys be blessed and keep all of our friends and families in your prayers. You know, there are several that were on our prayer list. Miss Nikki, Miss Jeannie, Miss Bonnie. I'm thinking Miss Debbie. Oh my goodness, I cannot think of everybody else, but just keep them in your prayers and just uplift them. You guys be blessed.